What's up everybody, Adrian here, back with another video. I'm going to give my quick review of the season finale of Book of Boba Fett. Normally I don't watch this series, but based on the last two episodes, 5 and 6, the only two without Boba Fett, it kind of got me excited for the finale. So just out of curiosity, I checked it out. And to be honest, it was okay, very underwhelming compared to the last two episodes, but it wasn't boring. It had a lot of action. It was a big war, big battle scenes, but I was expecting more. And there were no new cameos, no new characters introduced, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just gonna be honest and tell you what I thought. The problem with the Book of Boba Fett is that I don't know who this current Boba Fett is, because he's sure not the original Boba Fett from the Star Wars. He is a watered down, pussified, weak, dumb, typical character that you see in movies now. In the original Star Wars, he was simply a ruthless bounty hunter. All he cared about was money, the bounty. He didn't care about your feelings. He didn't care who you are. He was a badass. He was the one who stood toe-to-toe with Vader and didn't get force choked out. He even outsmarted Luke and Han Solo and got him trapped in that carbonite chocolate bar looking thing. He didn't take off his mask all the time. He barely said any words, and when he did speak, they meant something. You listen closer because they were important. There was a mystery about him, and mysterious aura, dangerous aura about him. You didn't want to mess with him. But in the Book of Boba Fett, it's completely the opposite. To me, he's a very unlikable character. He's boring, he's weak, he's stupid, he gets beat up by everybody, even women. And I don't understand the whole age thing. If this is supposed to be when it's Return of the Jedi back in the 80s, why is he so fat? Why does he look so freaking old? He's only supposed to be like mid to late 30s, but he looks like he's 60 or something. I don't get it. He's like a watered down, polite version. Doesn't want to harm anybody, doesn't want to kill anybody. If you do him wrong, you can work for him. It doesn't ring to me menacing crime lord. The way he was not built up throughout the episodes, he didn't earn his finale, because in the finale, all of a sudden, he's a badass. He's riding the Rancor, fighting robots and shit. He has like a freaking knee machine gun cannon, and he's killing everybody. He's like a total badass. It was almost like the writers were like, forget the current Boba Fett that we introduced from all these episodes, and let's just write him in the finale as if he was the original badass bounty hunter from the original Star Wars movies. That's what it kind of felt like. It's not like he had a correct story arc. Nothing really changed. He got his ass kicked through the entire show. He didn't show up in the last two episodes. I think I remember in episode 6, he was just there and he didn't say anything. So it wasn't really advancing the story or advancing the character and developing him more, evolving him into a tougher, meaner character. He was already supposed to be a badass bounty hunter. So this character is very confusing. Originally he was badass, but then they made him a weak character, and then in the season finale, he was a badass character again. And the funny thing is, the two episodes that didn't have Boba Fett were the best. And I want to mention that Cad Bane character. When he first got introduced, he looked awesome. I'm like, finally some badass character that doesn't care about like not killing people, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, ooh, I want to see more of him. And what do they do in the finale? They kill him off. The coolest, most badass character that I actually liked, they kill off. I don't know why. And don't talk to me about, yeah, but in the cartoons, it makes sense why they killed him off. Okay, whatever, but I don't care. And they should have developed him more in this show before they just killed him off. Because when Boba killed him off with his little stick that he carved, I actually was mad at Boba Fett. I'm like, come on, man. Why you gotta kill him off? How come you didn't try to reason with him and get him to work for you or some crap? Now here's what I think happened. Episode 1 through 4 sucked so bad bad, that the writers were getting desperate. That's why in episode 5 and 6 they looked out of place, they looked weird, like they didn't belong, like they extracted the episodes from The Mandalorian and some other future show that they wish they could have made based on the old Star Wars characters. That's the thing, either give us a Boba Fett TV show or scrap them, or do a Star Wars TV show with all the old characters, either CGI them or bring them back, because what they're doing now, mixing everybody together with The Mandalorian and all the old characters CGI, it's kind of a generic Star Wars show. Either go in full force, full throttle, all the way, or not at all. Don't half-ass it. Don't just give us bits and pieces to draw us in and trick us. So episode 1 and 4 sucked so bad they got desperate and they brought in the Mandalorian, they brought in Baby Yoda Grogu, and they brought in Ahsoka Tano, that orange chick. And then of course they bring Luke Skywalker, a better CGI Luke, and Cad Bane and the Black Wookiee. And then when episode 5 came, everybody was like, oh, the Mandalorian showed up with Grogu, oh, it's a little bit better. I guess I'll watch the next episode. That's what I mean when Disney tricked the fans again. The show was dying. The interest was gone from Boba Fett. They keep pulling you back in. Then in episode 6, what do? They bring in Cad Bane and Luke Skywalker. And I get it. Everybody cried. I can't believe Luke is back and he looks so great. But how many times are we gonna fall for the same damn bait and switch? They keep using the old characters to save their existing shit properties. And just because an old character shows up on the screen and you visually see him doesn't mean the episode is great. Doesn't mean the movie is the greatest Star Wars movie ever made. The characters have to have a proper story, a proper arc. They gotta make him do something that advances the story. You can't just show up, hey, remember the old characters? Please still watch Boba Fett. We always hear that the old characters are out with the old, in with the new. Old white male characters, we're sick of them. We're gonna show you these new, diverse, more interesting characters. Then why do they keep coming back to the old characters? Why can't the writers or developers come up with more interesting new characters that are diverse? Why do they have to keep bringing back the old characters if they hate them so much? So maybe the fans were expecting more for the last season, because since they showed us the Mandalorian, Luke Skywalker, and Grogu, everyone was expecting, including me, who else is going to show up in the finale? I mean, if they have Luke, then that means Han Solo might show up. A CGI Leia might show up all pregnant and tell Han Solo, hey, by the way, I'm pregnant with Kylo Ren. He's your son. Something more interesting than what we got in the finale, which was nothing. So that's why the episode was a big letdown. And that's why it was a bait and switch. That's why Disney fooled their fans again. Because they knew the fans were expecting something more since they brought Luke. And all the rumors were swirling that, hey, Han Solo might show up, Leia might show up, whoever else might show up. And all Disney cared about was getting viewers for the season finale. They don't care if they let you down, because they know you're gonna come crawling back to Mandalorian season 3 because of Grogu, because he's so damn cute. And it really doesn't matter if the new characters suck. They're gonna keep flashing those old characters, and you're gonna forget all the shitty dialogue and all the shitty storylines that happened previously in any of the shows, just as long as Luke Skywalker is levitating frogs. And I know this sounds like I'm hating, but how many times are they gonna piss all over us and call it rain? I hate what they did to the original characters with the new trilogy. Instead of giving the old characters their deserved storylines, their deserved arcs, they introduced these new diverse characters that could have been interesting, but they don't have any writers that know how to write good characters and good dialogue. Instead, they interjected woke politics and they shitted all over the old characters. characters instead of using them properly to build up the new characters. In their minds, they said, we don't need the old characters because they're old, evil, and white male, and we're just gonna shit on them, push them around by the new characters, and by some weird association, the younger fans are gonna like these new diverse characters, when in fact, it was a total opposite and backfire. What they should have did in the new trilogy was have that Avengers Assemble moment. You needed all the old characters to join together, to be on the same screen frame just one more time before the actual real actors get too old and die off. But you're never gonna get that. Even if you were to CGI them all together on the screen, okay, it'll be cool for the moment, but it just wouldn't feel the same inside. And I get it. I want to see a good Star Wars show. I want to see a good Star Wars movie. But the people they have in place now are just not gonna give it to you. They will give you crumbs, scraps from the table to keep you coming back and make you believe, trick you that no, they've changed this time. They've listened to the fans. They will give us what we deserve. But time after time, they don't. Time after time, they keep tricking us. And we keep falling for it. I get it, Baby Yoda is cute as shit. But he's just a plot device to get you to watch. And CGI Luke looks better and better. But they're not gonna cure the disease of bad Star Wars movies and shows. They're only putting a band-aid on a severed limb, so to speak. And with Tom Favreau, I know everybody's still on his dick saying, no, but he's good. In my opinion, they need to get rid of everybody and bring in new people who is a fan of Star Wars, knows how to write characters, dialogue, and storylines with proper arcs and setups and payoffs, who can keep their politics out of their writing. How about we do that experiment? Is there no writer that can separate his far-left views and wokeness from the art of writing a good screenplay? That's all I'm asking. Maybe they're trying to make up for the crappy sequel trilogy, but it's a little too late. They've already made their billions, they're still counting it in the bank, and they don't really care that much to really change. They just need enough people to be on board, and they'll just keep coasting along. From time to time, they'll give you a little piece, a little CGI Luke here, little Grogu baby here, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader there, because they know fans will never learn. They'll just accept the bare minimum. It's not even bare minimum. It's the lowest of the low quality of what we're getting. And people have just learned to settle for it and accept it when it could have been so much greater. So anyways, I'm done ranting. Let me know in the comments what you think of the final Boba Fett episode and what do you expect next from Star Wars. Thanks for watching. Till next time, see you next video.